July 1st, 2014, from Arena Fontanova in Salvador, Brazil. It's the 2014 World Cup from Brazil. This is the round of 16, and this was the second matchup of the day in the last game of the round of 16 to find out who would be the final team to advance to the quarterfinals, as we had Belgium versus the United States of America. And what a game this was. It was an instant classic, back and forth. It was 0-0 through the first half, through the second half, as we went to extra time with no scores on the board. But then, just 3 minutes into extra time at the 93rd minute mark, Kevin De Bruyne scored the goal with a right-footed shot to the bottom left corner, and Belgium went up 1-0. So Belgium scored the first goal of the game 93 minutes in. And that wouldn't be all for Belgium, as 12 minutes later, Romelu Lukaku scored the goal with a left-footed shot to the top left corner. And he got the assist from Kevin De Bruyne, who had scored the goal earlier, just 12 minutes earlier. And now Belgium was up 2-0. It looked like Belgium was going to walk away with this one in extra time after it being such a tight matchup all throughout this long, arduous game. But then, just 2 minutes after the second goal by Belgium, Julian Green scored the goal with a right-footed shot to the bottom right corner with the assist from Michael Bradley. What an amazing play it was, as USA was on the board, and it was now 2-1 as they cut Belgium's lead to 1 goal, and they now had a chance to possibly tie this game up and get on to the penalty kick stage, as there was still 13 minutes left on the clock in extra time. Plus, you figured they had to add a significant amount of time to the stoppage time after the extra time, especially the way the extra time it went. So it was 2-1, and just opportunity after opportunity. America, the USA kept creating opportunities, but they couldn't get the ball in the net, as Belgium had amazing defense and great goalkeeping by Courtois. And there was great goalkeeping by Tim Howard as well, as he was able to keep it to just 2 goals by Belgium in the extra time, when they had some nice shots and chances to even get more goals than that. And even overall in the game, it was, Belgium dominated on the shots on goal. But then the extra time came to an end, and it came to the time where they were going to add the stoppage time. And the thing was, during the extra time, once Belgium went up 2-0, they were stalling as much as possible. Even when they were making changes, they were taking longer, as long as you're allowed to. And you're allowed to, that's within the rules, right? But that's why they have stoppage time. That's why they add the time to it, for when you have to take a little longer getting off the field and getting guys on and things like that. Substitutions, the clock's running, so that way you add that time back on in the stoppage time. But when it comes to stoppage time, what did the refs do? They added only 1 minute, so they put a great cloud over a great game. I mean, this is a great, amazing game. Take nothing away from Belgium. They played amazing in this game. They had tremendous defense, and they came through very clutch in extra time with those 2 goals. But at the end of extra time, the referees, they did something funny. They only added 1 minute, which really upset the United States coach. It was really questionable, and I guess it answers the question, does FIFA want the United States to move on? Apparently not, because the referees totally screwed the U.S. at the end of this game, which was kind of like, why would you do that when it was such a good game? They should have added like 3-4 minutes. Maybe even 5, but 1 minute. And at that point, there was already, by the time they called the 1 minute, the clock's running, there's only really like 30 seconds left. So they basically said, oh, the game's over, no chance, no stoppage time. Goodbye, U.S. See you later. U.S. is eliminated, hit the door. Belgium's moving on to the quarterfinals. Nothing against Belgium, because they played a great game. They're not the referees. They're not the ones who made that decision. Take nothing away from them. Amazing goalkeeping from Belgium. They said great clutch playing. They created that offense. They were raining down the shots on Tim Howard. Tim Howard did an amazing job for the United States in that. Take nothing away from the United States' performance in this game either, is they played good enough to get to the next round, but they were up against one of the best teams in the tournament, Belgium. So they're one of the top teams, and they're moving on to the quarterfinals. And in this game, Belgium had more than 3 times as many shots on goal, as they had 17 shots on goal versus the U.S. 5 shots on goal. 19 corner kicks versus just 4 corner kicks for the U.S. So they dominated there as well. The U.S. actually had the time of possession in their favor, 54% to 46%. A lot of that, though, was later in the matchup once they were playing from behind. Belgium kind of went to more of a prevent defense. They weren't attacking as much. They were laying back. They had lots of red jerseys back to defend, which was a smart play, and it worked out for them. It was good coaching on Belgium's side. But as I said, Tim Howard, amazing goalkeeping, 15 saves versus 4 saves for Belgium. So Tim Howard was a beast in net, but he was just up against such a great force in Belgium as they just kept raining down those kicks as they were just firing off the crackers. But the U.S. is eliminated. It's heartbreaking for the fans in the U.S., and it must be exhilarating for those in Belgium as they see their team move on in a great game as Belgium played tremendous, and they're moving on to the quarterfinals. USA played great as well, and they're eliminated. So only one team can win, as we said earlier in the other video, as we said in a few of them. Only one team can win. And this round of 16 had a lot of instant classics, and a lot of teams deserve to move on, but only one can. So it really, you'd move every team on to the next round, but that's what this round is. So only 8 remain, and we'll be bringing you the coverage from the quarterfinals as it happens.